What's going on, MBL Network? We are live here on twitch.tv/MBL Network for a 7-minute scandal here on the channel. It's going to be Under the Clock, hosted by myself, but we're getting the opinions, the topics for our main man, Sonny Weaver. Sonny, how's it going today? Before we load up, let me go ahead and kill this song. I know people probably barely hearing me. Sonny, you ready for this podcast? Something new, something fresh.
So much energy. Let's keep that energy going.
Well, actually, my stupid animation I made isn't looping like I want it to loop right now. So all right, we got it going now. All right, it's working. It should be good. All right, let's move forward. Under the Clock podcast. We probably already ate up 40% of the time doing nothing here, but let's see if we can get into it. Let's see if the background music might be a little too loud right now. All right, let's jump right into the show here. Under the Clock podcast, we got some guys jumping in. We're going to start first with let me know how the audio sounds before we even get into this, because it's going to happen so quick. I got to set the timer, and we're going to start rolling. Just someone tell me audio sound good. Sonny, start talking now so they hear your voice a little bit.
Audio sounds good. Good.
All right, sounds good. So just start. All right, well, let's go ahead and do that. The timer is starting right now. Set your 7 minutes. Under the Clock. I'm with Sonny Weaver, and here we go. Start, bench, cut. We're going to start off with the passing leaders here in Week 2 action, MBL Season 59. Chris Woodard, we knew him from the rookie last year for the New York Giants. He's number 1 right now. CJ Stroud, Jalen Hurts. Start, bench, cut. That's Chris Woodard from the Giants, CJ Stroud, and Jalen Hurts. Where are you at with this?
Let's go. We're going to start Hurts. We're going to bench Woodard. We're going to cut Stroud.
All right, let's keep it moving forward. Kenneth Walker, Saquon Barkley, and Breece Hall. I know you have some affection for Breece Hall, but those are the top rushing leaders right now. You get to start one, bench one, and you can cut one. That's Kenneth Walker, Saquon Barkley, and Breece Hall, the former New York Jet.
Which way are we doing this? Is it based on just right now?
No, it's just right on now, your feelings. No, it's not right now. It has nothing to do with right now. It's just whatever you think.
Kenneth Walker, I like the upside there. So I'm going to go start Kenneth Walker. We're going to bench Saquon Barkley. And we're going to cut Breece Hall.
Oh, bye-bye, Breece.
Just because Joe Milton's not going to give Breece Hall that many touches. Joe Milton's going to have, 600 pass attempts at some point this year.
That's probably true. Definitely going to have to see Breece Hall more in the passing game. For some reason or another, receiving, we're going with Tank Dell from the Houston Texans, Christian Watson from the New York Giants, former Green Bay Packer, and Devontae Smith, the Super Bowl winner from MBL Season 59 of the Philadelphia Eagles.
This is actually going to feel very, very similar to the quarterbacks. It's we're going to start. Let's start Devontae Smith. We're going to bench Christian Watson, and we're going to cut Tank Dell. I'm not super high. I'm not super high on the Houston Texans after what we saw in the Super Bowl.
Hate them, can't stand them.
Feels like, yeah.
Go ahead. Just say it. We all want to say it quickly.
I mean, they're a running base team, so anything passing related, I'm not going to buy right now.
Yeah, I'm not buying them. Maybe I don't buy them on the 360 podcast. I'm not buying them on here. Let's go ahead and move forward. NFC dark horse right now. Who do you see maybe jumps out at you as, oh, maybe they might be something dangerous come playoff time?
I think I'd look out to the NFC West. It's probably 2 teams. I think it's either the Rams or it's the Seahawks. I think both those teams right now could be really dangerous. We know the Rams team can throw the ball around the field with Joe Milton. I think the Seahawks, assuming Kooks is going to be around this whole season, could potentially make a run here.
Interesting. Now we're doing the flip side. AFC dark horse here on Under the Clock with just about 4.5 minutes remaining on the podcast.
Oh, I don't know. AFC dark horse. I mean, I don't know who I would call dark horse. I think it's pretty set there. If I had to take a dark horse here, maybe we go with the Miami Dolphins. Ooh. Right? They've got some upside. They play pretty much all over the place, but when they're on, they've got some upside to them. The other one, Denver Broncos, right? Denver Broncos year didn't end the way they thought they wanted it to last year, but they did a lot of work in this offseason. They rebuilt that offensive line. They've put some investments into that team, and I think they've got a good chance to make a run this year.
Yeah, I absolutely love Denver. I was hoping you would say them. Let's move forward. Eagles have won a championship. The Los Angeles Chargers have won a championship. Chargers went undefeated in theirs. Eagles had a dominant run. They play 7 games, right? Just like the NBA. 4 games wins it. We'll say the Chargers have the home field advantage because they did have that undefeated season. So they'll be home on game 7 if it goes that far. What's the series look like?
I'll take it 4-3 Eagles. At the end of the day,
The Eagles go on game 7 into Los Angeles and beat them, and you say they're taking this best of 7 series between the Chargers and the Eagles.
I do. We saw Poodle in the first season really dominate, but I think the rest of the league's starting to catch up a little bit. Some of the things he was doing in the first season, he was not able to do in the second season. And I think obviously he loves his offensive line. That's great and all, but that defense is going to start declining a little bit. His pass rushers are starting to go down. I know they went out and got Danielle Hunter in the offseason. He didn't really do a whole lot there in Houston, so I don't think he's that Bosa replacement he's looking for. And I think that Eagles team's just really good. And I think the balance between the run and the pass and what Jalen Hurts can do with his legs, I just am going to give that edge to the Philadelphia Eagles.
We're not the 2.5 minute mark, guys. Clock is a ticking. This is Word Association Team Edition. I'm going to name about 4 to 5 teams in each conference, and you're just going to give me a word or a phrase that describes them to you. And we'll start first with who other than the Houston Texans?
Head case.
The Denver Broncos.
Dark horse.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Checked out.
Baltimore Ravens.
Underachievers.
And the very last one we're going to do in the AFC, we're going with the Buffalo Bills. I wonder why.
YOLO.
NFC, we're going to start it off. Minnesota Vikings.
Tough out.
Atlanta Falcons.
Potential sleeper.
New York Giants.
On the come up.
And the last 2 teams, we're going with the San Francisco 49ers and the Chicago Bears.
49ers, we're going to go with perpetual rebuild, and Chicago Bears lacks offense.
There we go. We got through word association, a couple other games we played. Let's go to some headlines here. What's surprising you the most about these 0-2 teams? Anything surprising about the New York Giants being 0-2 right now, the Baltimore Ravens being 0-2, the Cleveland Browns being 0-2? Any of those teams pop out to you where you go, oh, and the Vegas Raiders are 0-2. Any of those teams pop out and you go, they shouldn't be 0-2. Watch out for them.
Yeah, if we're doing word association here, we'd say one of these things are not like the other. The Giants, I still believe, are a team that can make a run and actually do something in the playoffs. I think the rest of those teams are exactly where we expect them to be. So no, I don't think there's anything surprising outside of the Giants. That's the one team I'd be looking at saying this doesn't seem quite right.
All right, man. We're close to ending up on this show. Any last thoughts? We're seconds away from time expiring. You'll be able to see this on Twitter. We're 15 seconds left, Sonny. Any final words, any hot take you want to leave us on?
We're going to go Indianapolis Colts Mirage from last year. Look for them to be a top 5 pick this year.